Hello, everyone. How are you? Happy Sunday to you. We're hoping that you can spend some of your time on Sundays with the Sumpters, okay? Um, in celebration of our anniversary, we thought that we would just spend some time talking about our story. We don't proclaim to be relationship gurus, but you know what? What we do have is a very healthy, happy marriage. And so, for those who are interested in hearing our story, we're going to share with you at least throughout the month of April. All right, how you doing?
I'm doing very well.
It's so good to have you.
Hello, everyone.
All right. Um, First question, because people often ask me, and I think it's really cool to ask you, right? How did you know? And when did you know that I was the person for you?
Well, I remember I remember us knowing each other a long time ago, and I guess through all the experiences and all the life experiences and everything that I had encountered, I had remembered you when we got back together,
Okay.
and it also reminded me of me because I tell the story all the time about how you wouldn't allow me to be as I was developing as a teenager, you would not accept me being anything other than me, and that was cool. And as an adult, I needed that. And as soon as I encountered you, as soon as I had gotten back in touch with you, I remembered that, and it took a while for it to kick in, but not long. I needed to see to verify that what I was thinking in my mind and my heart that was what it was. And so it was as soon as we got back together, I realized something special about you when I was younger, but I really it made perfect sense when you came back around after having had all the experiences that I had.
So I also remember when we first got back in touch with each other. So interesting. I'm sure I probably shared, but when you were at the shop and you asked me, you was like, hey, I just want to see you. And so Unique was the oldest daughter, right? she she was driving with me after not seeing you for 19 years. And she was like, Mom, you acting like you're 16 again, right? Because I was so giddy. I was so excited to see you. And of course, I remembered you from 30 years ago. And when I saw you, I was like, wow, he still looks the same. You know, you was always something nice to look at. So anyway, I just remember in that moment, but previous to that, we had a conversation, or maybe it was a little bit afterwards. And I remember telling a really good friend of ours who is now in California, I remember saying, girl, I was I was just in the presence of a king. Like I identified who you were, and I knew it was only a matter of time because
Well, I think that at that time uh, I wasn't feeling very kingly,
yeah,
and I believe that, like I said, you reminded me, you helped me to recall who I was after getting so far off course in all my life experiences and so disconnected from people who actually knew who I was before I digressed. Basically, I don't know if it was. I don't think it was a bad experience. I think it was just experience and changes happen. I had my adventures and my developments, and it just seems that we were prepared for each other.
yeah,
Everything we encountered in the in between time, because we had a 20-year gap, 19-year gap,
19 years.
and in that time, everything that happened uniquely qualified us for each other. So it was
Yeah,
right on time. Like everything, it was right off the bat. I was able to recognize that things I required for myself, you required in, and it was like things I was just instituting in my life were requirements for you, so it lined up. But the person just prior, I had encountered someone who was kind of the things I was just removing from my life. They were just getting started with, and it was like, that's not
No,
gonna work.
thank you. Yeah. It is interesting because when I think about the time that we were apart, I mean, we literally lived different lives
Yeah.
since the first time that we encountered each other 20 years prior.
And even then, we find, and upon reflecting,
Yes.
like you were such a good girl in school, and I was a bit adventurous.
You said in school?
Yeah. Well, just period. Like I didn't even get a chance to know how brilliant you were. I didn't know that you were straight A student and didn't skip school and all kinds of stuff like
No,
that.
no. I didn't skip school until one day, this tall, dark, and handsome a fella asked me to skip school. And I put my life on the line for you. I said, if I get caught, like my life is done. And yet,
two different worlds.
and
In
yet
my mind, everybody skipped school.
That's so
Everybody
crazy.
did something. That was my understanding. I wish I had. I mean, hey, I can't change. I wouldn't change a thing. I
Me
think
neither.
if we change anything that happened, we don't get to enjoy what we have today. So everything is great today, and I wouldn't. I just can't change the recipe.
Yeah.
I'm grateful. Look, we're married 6 years.
6 years.
6 years of everything that people said was not possible.
Very true.
The majority of my experience prior to, there's a lot of discouraging words and a lot of unsuccessful.
So I want to talk, and this is just, I know this is like our intro video,
Oh, yeah.
so we,
long, too, so.
that's okay. That's okay. There'll be probably a decent amount of time, but I want us to unpack that a little bit, right? Because we definitely, even upon reconnecting and even marrying, we have experienced people saying different things about our relationship, and I think it might be cool to kind of unpack some of those things, and maybe we'll do that next for everyone.
Yeah, I think that could be the next topic.
Yeah.
What sets our relationship apart from all others?
Yeah. So we'll do that. We'll do that for you. Anyway, thank you so much for joining us again. Sunday with the Sumpters. We are just going to be spending a little time talking about our story. For the record, I am Latanya Sumpter, and
Keon Sumpter. That's the K in the L.
That's the K in the L. All right. Listen, we appreciate your time, and we'll talk to you again soon, okay? We hope you have the most amazing rest of your evening. And remember, I'm always cheering for you. Take care.